Welcome in, everyone, to today's edition of the Royals Rundown podcast, presented by Royals Review. Before we get started, a happy birthday to Royals franchise icon George Brett, celebrating his 73rd birthday on this May 15th.
Do not take him to the Bellagio. Do not, I repeat, do not take him to the Bellagio.
It never ends well. There's always a stain on someone's memory about it. Anywho's, I'm Jacob Milham. They are Jeremy Greco. Jeremy, it is the end of the work week. It's a happy Friday in my book. How are we feeling today?
I mean, I was having a really bad mental health day yesterday. Just one of those days when the brain chemicals were not doing what they were supposed to be doing. And so I sat down to watch the game last night, and I almost didn't even turn on the game. I was like, I don't know if I can take more of this. And I'm like, but it's Chris Bubich, my favorite pitcher. He dominated the White Sox last time, so I turned it on. And, well, let's just say I turned it off before we were halfway done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But
I
hey,
don't
it's
blame
the
you one bit.
weekend. We don't have to go into the office. Not that I ever go into the office. Can maybe sleep in a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you saw you did, because I sent them directly to you as well as posting to social media. I got, one of the things that I kind of like to do sometimes when my brain is getting away from me, and if I can think to do it, which is not always easy, is do a small chore that I hate. It's like, I change the sheets. I hate changing the sheets. I can't tell you why. It takes 5 minutes. It's not hard, but I hate doing it. So I changed the sheets, and I posted some photos on social media because my dog Callie decided she was going to help me change the sheets, and that brightened my day to have her quote unquote help. As I ended up
help is a
covering
strong
her
word.
with the fitted sheet, and she just stayed under there until I let her out. She was just like, this is my life now. I am part of the bed.
Well, yeah. Hell yeah. That was, Callie's real cutie patootie. I will say that. So, hey, let's not beat around the bush anymore, Jeremy. We got to talk about some Kansas City Royals baseball. And there's a
We
lot of
have to.
opinions out there.
It is
We
what
do.
we're paid to do.
It is. It is what we're paid to do. And despite that this is going to be a fairly negative episode, I do like talking about Royals baseball because I want to see the best Royals product that we can see, whether it be just for winning, whether it be for fans. But at the end of the day, I think we can all agree we are not seeing the best Royals baseball product. And the exclamation mark on that is a 3-game sweep on the road to the Chicago White Sox. Now, to give some context and give some credit, this is not your uncle's Chicago White Sox.
This
They
is
are
not your older
not.
brother's White Sox.
Yeah, like
This is not
they
our
are.
White Sox.
No, this is not the White Sox that we're used to, right? Now, are they a good ball club? I wouldn't go as far to say that, Jeremy.
Is there a good ball club in the American League?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
The New York Yankees appear to be a good ball club, almost despite themselves. Because at third base, they got Ryan McMahon and what's his face, the righty they put out there.
Drawing a blank.
I can't remember his name. Doesn't matter. Not a good third base situation happening in New York. They're going through left fielders like scratch off tickets over there. So, but they're playing well. They're about the only team. I know the Rays. I don't super 100% ever believe in the Rays. But they'll get on hot streaks, whatever. But yeah. Anyway,
8-2 in their last 10.
I'm derailing us entirely, very quickly, very early. But yeah, the White Sox are. I agree with you. The White Sox are not a good team,
but they were much better than the Royals this series. I would say. The Royals had a couple of comeback efforts in games 1 and 2 to make it close, but it just didn't feel like it was a close series overall, Jeremy.
Can I want to push back a little bit.
Okay.
Because the Royals did come back and tie both the first 2 games.
They did.
And then lost it in the end. I will also okay, now I remember the part that I actually wanted to push back on. You said that the White Sox were a better team than the Royals. I don't think that's necessarily true.
Okay.
I think the White Sox starters were better than the Royals starters because the Royals starting pitching crapped the bed.
Yes, they did.
If the
Absolutely.
Royals starting pitching had given 3 quality starts, the Royals would have had 3 wins, or at least 2.
But yet we're sitting here in an 8-game stretch. I think the Royals have had one quality start in that
Yeah.
8-game stretch. Like
So
it's not good.
that goes back to what actually one of the things I was talking about at the very end of our last podcast of, the Royals, the 3 games they lost on that homestand were all because the starting pitching was bad, whether it was due to injury or ineffectiveness. And I said I didn't think that would continue. And I asked you if you thought that would continue. You said no. It's continued another
It
3
has.
games, which is not what we expected, but there's still this short-term history, long-term history of not just this season, but the last 3, 4 seasons of the starting pitching being good. Heck, I can go on Fangraphs right now, and I can look up WAR of the American League pitchers, and I can point to 3 Royals starting pitchers in the top 25 of the American League in WAR. Seth Lugo is like 5th or 6th. Chris Bubich and Michael Wacha are both in there. Michael Wacha does a lot better if you go by BWAR. He's like 3rd, 4th, 5th best in the American League.
Yeah.
Because BWAR goes by what you're doing. FWAR goes a little bit by what they expect you to do, and he's not getting the strikeouts. So FWAR is like, I don't know what to do with this guy. I don't think he could keep doing it, but he keeps doing it. So I'm not gonna. We're quarter of the way through the season. He's done it almost every time. We talked about that last time. My point is, yeah, the starting pitching's in a little bit of a slump. I think the Cole Reagans injury kind of threw them off rhythm a little bit. But this, I'm not saying the slump is over now, but I also don't think the slump is gonna continue forever. I think the starting pitching will rebound. Hopefully faster than it takes the offense to rebound. I would like to see
Yeah.
them rebound this weekend, next week at the latest. If they're taking 3 weeks to rebound, like the offense taking 3 weeks, a month more, then we're in big trouble. But I think the starting pitching will rebound, and if the starting pitching had been good, the Royals would have at least won 2 of those games in that series,
Yeah,
possibly all 3.
at least because you look at this year, 6-5 loss, 6-5 loss, 6-2 loss.
And
And just
the
over
Royals, the starters gave up 15 of those runs. 15 of
correct.
the 18 runs were given up by the starting pitching.
But I still can't say that the Royals were the better team than the White Sox with
I'm
that.
not saying that they're a better team. I'm just saying the White Sox didn't prove they were a better team. They just proved that the Royals starters that if the Royals starters were bad, then the rest of the team couldn't keep up.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I think that's a good way to look at it.
The White
Overall, the
Sox
Royals
the White Sox have a really good offense. Their pitching's not great, and the Royals got to them. They got 12 runs in a 3-game series. That's 4 runs a game. That's not bad. But the starting pitching was just abysmal.
yeah, that's true. But here's the thing, Jeremy. Before we talked about or last time we spoke on the podcast, we reminded fans take it series by series, take it trip by trip. Okay, break it up like that. Don't go game by game. Don't go month by month. Those are two different parameters. I still like to go series by series, and that's why I am understanding of fans' frustration right now, right? Because this is listen. I saw the complaints about the earned runs from the bullpen or why wasn't this person batting and things like that.
Mhm.
But like you said, what really hurt the Royals this past series wasn't like ineffectual pinch hitting or it wasn't not having a quick enough hook on a reliever. Like that wasn't the issue. It was the starters. So that does
And
matter.
and you can say, "Oh, well, why were Stephen Kolek and Seth Lugo still pitching in the 5th inning?" Because it's the 5th inning. You can't burn your entire bullpen every night.
No, you can't. Especially when when do the Royals have another off day? I am looking
They
here.
had
They don't
10
have
straight
another off
games.
day. Yeah, they don't have
Oh,
another
oh,
off day
excuse
until
me,
May
no, they had Monday
21st.
off.
No, no, they don't have Monday
They
off.
had Monday off, they're getting next Thursday off? Is
Yes,
that
next
right?
Thursday
Yeah.
off. Yes. So they are in a pretty big stretch of games, and you just kind of had a big influx of transactions from Omaha. But we'll see what happens there. We'll talk a little
We're
bit
gonna
about
see at
Omaha
least one
later
more
on.
today.
Yeah, at the very least. So
Bailey Falter has to come off of his rehab assignment.
that he does,
So somebody is getting demoted or somebody is getting cut. Who, if it were your choice, before I ask you who you think is
man,
what you think is gonna happen, what do you wish would happen?
getting cut off the 40 man.
Getting cut, well, you don't have to cut anyone off the 40 man. You
That's
don't
true.
have to because he's still on the 40 man because it was a 15-day IL.
Right, right.
So
Sorry,
you
I thought
can
it was a 60-day for some reason.
you have the option of demoting Avila, demoting um brain turn on, demoting Cruz if you think he's going in the bullpen. You have the option of demoting Kolek or demoting Cameron if you think he should be in the rotation. And you have the option of DFAing Lange or DFAing Schreiber. If you're like, listen, I want him in the bullpen, but Cruz and Avila also need to be in the bullpen. What do you want to do?
What do I want to do? I mean, like after that start, I want to demote Kolek. Like that's the want. I'm we talked about it on the podcast. We knew that was going to be a big test for
Yeah,
Kolek
yeah.
with his approach versus what the White Sox can do when they're winning. We knew this was going to happen. I I
The
can't look at
thing is,
this.
though,
God,
Jacob,
man.
he set a
Yeah,
career high in whiffs. He
he
was
did.
doing his job until he hit a wall in the 5th inning.
Right,
And I
right.
think that set a little bit of a tone too. I think that if Quintero had it to do over again, he'd have had somebody ready to come in the 5th inning because he's still working his way back from injury. He's still building up. He didn't have the full spring training experience. And I think Quintero would like that decision back. And maybe if he makes that decision and the Royals win that game, changes how things play out over the next two. These things can snowball. But Kolek of the three was the best starter to me.
Yeah, he was. He was. Okay, so what do you want to happen? Let me hear that.
I want John Schreiber to be released. I
Really?
think, I mean, if not, I don't have anything against John Schreiber, but he has not been good this year. He has been bad. Even when
He
he's
has.
not giving up runs, it's not because he's pitched well. He's still not getting strikeouts. He's still walking guys. We talked about this. Oh, he had so many scoreless appearances and um and but he was still he had me on the edge of my seat every time he was out there because I don't know where the pitch is going. He doesn't know where the pitch is going. He's giving up hits. He's giving up walks. He's not striking anybody out. Um, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to take that variable out of the bullpen and plug Bailey Falter in, who looked really good in his last really in his one relief appearance, his last appearance of spring training, and in one of his two relief appearances in the big leagues, and has looked pretty good in Omaha as a reliever. So, by the way, he's not coming up as a starter. Noah Cameron's going to
No.
stick in the rotation,
Yeah.
and Stephen Kolek is going to stick in the rotation. So uh, to me, Schreiber, you look at the four relievers that you can do something with. Schreiber is the obvious worst. Some people will say Lange. I like that Lange can get some swing and miss. I know he's still walking too many guys, but he can get some swing and miss. So I feel more confident with Alex Lange on the mound right now than I do John Schreiber. I'm afraid they're going to demote Steven Cruz because inventory, inventory, inventory. But when the inventory is not doing what you need it to do a quarter of the way through the season, move on. You can
Yeah.
you can call Dennis Colleran, and not Colleran. Was it Colleran that they called up? No, Sarantola. You can call Eric Sarantola back up if you need someone who's not going to strike anyone out for you and give up a lot of runs.
John
Uh,
Schreiber in his past May of performance, so half a month, a one. Let's see here. Let me pull this up because I kind of had a little bit of sticker shock when I went back and looked at the difference here. We love FIP versus ERA. We love seeing what a pitcher can actually control versus what they can't. A 1.69 ERA, pretty good. I'll take that in the bullpen. What you talk about with being on the edge of your seat, a 6.48 FIP in that same span. Granted, it's only 5 1/3 innings, but that's still a third of his season so far. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 home run, 5 hits.
You can find another John Schreiber on the waiver wire. If you're
Yeah,
like, "Oh, we
surprise
need
so.
another reliever." There are guys getting cut and picked up all over baseball all year long. If you're like, "Man, we really need another reliever, what are we gonna do?" You can find another one on the waiver wire. You could trade for a John Schreiber out of somebody's AAA team. Send him a lottery ticket. You can't be concerned about saving inventory when you can talk about trying to improve this team right now, which could use a little bit more juice in that bullpen. And I know that Bailey Falter is a question mark, but John Schreiber is not a question mark, so I'll take a question mark right now. And I'm I've enjoyed having John Schreiber around. He was a pretty good reliever in 24. I think he was actually a really good reliever last year. I think he was extremely underrated last year. But he's not the expiration date appears to have come. I will be so happy for him if he signs with another team and he finds his juice again. It does I we don't have time for him to wait to find it here.
Okay. All right. I don't disagree with that. So where's the AL Central as we sit today? But first, let's go ahead and look at the entire AL. Let's zoom out a little bit here. 2/3 of the league is still under 500 as we record this. Only winning teams: Tampa Bay Rays, New York Yankees, Cleveland Guardians, the Athletics of homelessness, and Chicago White Sox are now above 500 after getting those 3 wins from the Kansas City Royals. Royals, they are 10 games back for that best record in the AL. Not as far as a 19-25 record would tell you, but on the divisional level, the Royals currently sit last. They're on a 4-game losing streak.
Last how many games back from first in the division?
4.5.
4.5. And how many games back in the wild card, Jacob?
2.5.
2.5. The Royals are in the middle of their second stretch of baseball this year that's so bad it makes you want to scream and tear your hair out. I've started writing up tonight's game thread. Here's how I put it in the game thread. The vibes are bad. Battlefield Earth bad. Games of Thrones finale bad. Madam Web bad. And they're 2.5 games back of the wild card. I'm not here to tell anyone. I'm gonna kind of take over and plot my
Boy,
soapbox down for a minute. I'm not here to tell anyone how to fan. I'm not here to tell anyone that you should be happy and excited about this team. I'm not. If I didn't have to cover tonight's game, I would not watch it. You don't have to cover tonight's game. If it's causing you stress and upset, don't watch it. Hey, guess what? It's rivalry weekend in baseball. You know what that means? Every game, except for the national game, is free to watch on MLB TV this weekend. If you're like, I gotta have baseball in my life, but the Royals are pissing you off or they're stressing you out, go watch someone else, okay? Take a break. The team doesn't need you to watch all 162. You know, we determined that I was watching the reveal for a new series in MLB Showdown, and they had a Cal Ripken card, and they're talking about no guys, no one's an Iron Man anymore. And I did some reading about Cal Ripken after I was a year or two ago, and basically Cal and everyone involved in that situation goes, yeah, that was actually kind of dumb. We really shouldn't have done that. But once he got a certain distance from the goal, it felt like a betrayal to take him out when he could test that limit. He was not playing well for large chunks of that because he was playing too many games. And so we don't let people get that close anymore. We say give them a day off, unless they're Salvador Perez. We say give them a day off. And that goes for fans too. No, you're not out there playing the game. You're not working your butt off. but you are investing your emotions in this at a very high level. Take a day off, take a night off, take a weekend off, take a week off, take some time off. Another great thing about MLB is that the condensed games, I believe this is true, the condensed games are free to watch after they air. If they're not,
I believe so, yeah.
If you're paying for Royals TV, the games are free to watch. The condensed games are free to watch after they air. You can go back if they're like, "Oh man, I wish I'd watched that game." You can go back and watch it. You don't even just have to watch the replays. You can watch the whole thing. Or I like to watch the condensed game because it's just the action pitches, the ball, the walk, the strikeout, the hit, the out. You don't have to watch everything in between. It's like 30 minutes and you're caught up and you get to see all the cool stuff that happens. So you're not going to miss anything. This is take a break, take a deep breath. I'm not telling you not to be upset. I am upset. The team is causing me mental distress. And so take a break. Just deep breath. I don't think this team is done. I think the starting pitching is in a slump. I think it will come out of a slump. The hitting has, I know it's hard to believe, the hitting has been good. It's not been great, but it's been good. It's been good enough. So they're losing right now because the starting pitching is absolutely atrocious. Take a break, come back when they're playing better, watch them, have fun then. It'll be okay. You're not a bad fan. It'll be okay. And you don't have to quit for the whole year. Just quit for a week or two. Take a break. It's like a vacation from work. It'll be good for you.
Okay. All right.
Go do something else you have fun with.
If you say so, man. This has been a tough stretch of Royals baseball.
Thank you for supporting me in my soapbox, Jacob. I just immediately saying I'm not doing that.
Well, so here's the thing. I'm not though. I'm not, and I probably should. This is a little bit of the unhealthy obsession that can be fandom at times, right? And you know what? There are a lot of great games going on this weekend with the rivalry. We got the Subway Series. We got the Federer Cup. You know, I just learned that's what they call the Mariners and Padres rivalry.
They call it the Federer Cup?
I think it's called the Federer Cup.
Oh, the Federer Cup. I thought you meant like Roger Federer, the tennis player. I was like, what does he have to do with that?
Excuse me, the Vedder with Vedder.
Okay, why do they call it the Vedder Cup?
It's something in partnership with Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Eddie Vedder.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you why. I have no idea.
Trying to make the rivalry happen when they don't have anything else going on, I guess.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. So I'm going to take the opposite end of that soapbox, Jeremy.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
No, but let's go anyway.
And I don't, I don't have. This is an uneducated side of it, right? Because I get it. This was just 3 games and a 162 game series or season. Excuse me. It doesn't matter that much when you look at the win and loss. It doesn't determine the outcome of the rest of the season. But this is going to be the time where the Royals can show that fight again. And I don't know why, but my gut doesn't trust that they're going to show that fight in the St. Louis Cardinal series.
So why wouldn't you take a break?
Because I need to see it with my own eyes. I need to see, is this team actually going to turn things around or not? That's where I'm at right now. And
to me, that's what condensed games are for.
Fair. And you know what? I'll sit there. I love the recap rundown on MLB TV. I'll usually it's part of the morning routine, like how I used to put on Sports Center first thing in the morning while I was getting ready for school. Right now, it's the recap rundown. Toss that on, get caught up on the game results at the very least, see some highlights. But right now, I don't know. We can say the box score is showing that the Royals are fighting, right? But like I think about that game 2 against the Chicago White Sox. That one was only close because of a top of the 9th inning home run from Bobby Witt Jr. Right? And the Royals still stink when it comes to one-run games. They're 4-7 in those situations right now. They have the worst winning percentage when it comes to series finales still this season. Like we are still seeing this issue of finding the edge and finding the fight consistently when it matters most. And that is frustrating. And I think that, that's where some Royals fans can find their comfort in blaming Q for things. Okay, because you can say, all right, this is supposed to be the leader of men, and he's supposed to lead them to this charge and to execute in these situations. I don't have I don't lay all of this at the feet of Q. Are there probably some things you could do better in hindsight?
I
Sure.
could tell you one
But
thing right off the top of my head.
what's that?
Salvador Perez should not be batting cleanup.
Nope. Sure as hell shouldn't. And unfortunately, I don't even know if that's his decision. I really don't at this point. There's
Well, yeah, I don't know whose
no.
decision it is, but it cannot continue. The sooner Salvador Perez exits the cleanup spot, the sooner the Royals will be a better ball club that looks more like a playoff team.
That's
And
true.
I get that you could say, well, who does deserve to be in the cleanup spot? Okay, not a lot of guys, sure, but there's almost no one who deserves to be in the cleanup spot less.
Than Salvador Perez. Absolutely. Absolutely, I agree. And that's when we were talking about it in the Royals review Slack the other day. I looked up George Brett because I was just like, okay, how was he handled in his last season? He wasn't at an MVP level, but he was still like a good ball player. And in his last season, he batted third for most of the season, but at least he was hovering around a league average OPS on a scale of 100, 100 being average. He had a 98 OPS plus.
And if
So, like,
Salvi
he was
had
at
a
least
98
serviceable.
OPS plus, I
We wouldn't be
wouldn't say a
talking about it.
word.
No, exactly. Here, I'm gonna look it up because last time I looked at it, it was bad. Last time I looked at it, I think he was at like a 47 or something like that. See here. Right now, in his age 36 season, I am seeing a 62 OPS plus, which would be the worst of his career by a wide, wide margin.
Yeah, I've got 54 WRC plus because I love fan graphs more.
Yeah. Yeah. Number one,
Either
folks.
neither of those numbers
Yeah.
is good. They're both very
Yep.
similar.
Both are bad. Both are bad. And always remember, baseball savant, blue means bad. A lot of blue on Salvador Perez.
The bat speed
Um,
is down, which is honestly, bat speed is down for Vinny too, which is a little concerning to me. But it's very concerning to me with Sal because of the age.
and I will say this because I was doing some reflecting on it when I think about criticizing Salvador Perez because I was I would say one of his big defenders last year when he
Yeah,
was struggling,
yeah.
and at least at that point I found something to defend him on. Right? It was, hey, he's getting all these hard hit balls. It genuinely just looks like it's unlucky. Like, just give him a little bit more time, give him a little bit more time. No, there is nothing. There's nothing that he can hang his hat on right now
And
at the plate.
last year it was also when they said, well, who should be batting cleanup? The options were John Rave and Drew Waters, not
Yeah,
Carter Jensen and Jack Caglione.
right. And even, you know what? Even if freaking like it's a right-handed thing, Starling Marte at least shows that he can keep the line moving. Like he can at least get
Starling
a
Marte,
single.
I'm gonna send us off on another rabbit trail here for a second. Starling Marte has
Hold
been
on.
very interesting to me.
Can
All
I
right,
hold on?
fine. I won't.
No,
I'll
nope.
abort.
No, I got one thing. Right now, Salvador Perez's ex WOBA on the season is 274. That's down to the 12th percentile amongst all major league
Remember,
batters.
that's keyed to OBP, so that's like 80 points below where you want it to be.
Correct. Right now, Elias Diaz, a similarly old veteran, known more for his defensive skills and barely on this Kansas City Royals roster, a 271 ex WOBA on the 2026 season. So let's keep that in comparison when we're talking about this catching situation. But no, I do want to talk about Starling Marte because I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, Salvador Perez, I bat him eighth. The glove is still there.
It
The
is.
arm is doing weird things, but he blocks the ball pretty well, it seems like still. Bat him 8th, that's fine. Somebody's gotta catch, and Carter Jensen seems like he might be better served by DHing. He started catching more and stopped hitting quite as much. Um, Starling Marte has been very interesting to me. Have you looked at his swing at all
I
from
have.
a
I
mechanical
have. It's
perspective?
different. It's very
No,
different.
no leg movement. It's all upper body. It looks like he's selling out for singles to me. Is that what you see?
Yeah, that's what I see as well. And if you look at him on the base paths and in the field, like there's something, okay, context. Guy's 37 years old.
Yeah.
He's been playing at
Multiple
MLB
leg
since
injuries in his
2015.
career.
Multiple leg injuries. And yet this was a guy who was swiping bags left and right at one point in his career. And right now he's in the 8th percentile for sprint speed. Like I think he's cooked, for lack of better terms, below the hip. And I think that's why he's selling out for singles, because he can still put the bat on the ball, but those singles, which were once, gapper doubles at least, it's just not there anymore. And he's still, like, if you go look at his process stuff, that launch angle sweet spot, that's something that batters can, find some success with if their lower body mechanics aren't the best. He excels in that. Average exit velocity, still pretty decent. A 90.5 mile per hour average exit velocity is pretty good in today's MLB, but he's not going to be this power hitter anymore. He's not going to be this guy just lighting up the exit velocity numbers. He's consistently making contact, and that's what the Royals need from him right now, I think.
Yeah, I for a guy who's kind of the only here to bat against left-handed pitchers, and they don't have any better options. He kind of throws the bat at the ball and he makes contact at a really high rate and he gets a lot of singles with it. And I I appreciate that approach from him right now, compared to the alternatives. I mean, it's not ideal. I think if the Royals see a right-handed bat, that they would like to go out and get, that someone makes available, you could possibly do that. But I will also point out the alternatives from free agency. Snyder, who was a lot of people's favorite, not good. Harrison Bader got a 2-year deal, a lot of people's favorite, not good. Randall Grichuk looks really good with Chicago, but while he was in New York, he was doing a little, where do my numbers go? He was doing a little 194, 212, 323 for a 42 WRC plus. Not good. A lot of not good out there. I don't remember all the other guys who could have been targets
Well,
for bringing a right-handed bat in.
yeah, if folks want to go take a look at that, Matthew Lamar had a good kind of roundup on who the Royals were reportedly interested in last offseason. He's looked at how have they fared so far in 2026. And Jeremy, you do a good job of that on this podcast of adding context to the discussion, and keeping us zoomed out a little bit rather than just reacting to the here and now
Well,
on our
that's
little
because
26 man roster.
I get to record the podcast the night after.
Yeah.
So I have a chance to sit back and go, "Okay, is this what I think it is?" If you all were listening to me immediately after the game, which is a thing we've talked about. We've talked about doing like a post-game show kind of thing, but
Yeah.
not happening in the near future. The reaction, the context would not be as present for sure.
No, absolutely not. Hey, something else I want to point out on Marte. He's actually having better numbers this season against right-handed pitching. He's
I
only
don't
gotten 14. Go ahead.
I don't hate the idea of playing Marte more, especially if you're like, "Well, it's a
I
righty
don't
out
either.
there. Let's Carter can catch, Marte can be the DH." I don't hate it.
He got 32 plate appearances in April. He's gotten 12 so far this month. I would like to see more of Marte in the lineup. Like, that's just no ifs,
I
ands, or buts about it.
A guy that's gonna have a pretty high OBP, I think he's got a pretty high OBP so far this year between the singles and a couple of walks. Um, did you bat him 7th or 8th? Because he's not got any power and he's not got the speed you want in leadoff. Yeah, 362 OBP so far this year. Again, tiny sample size, and if you give him more at bats, maybe it doesn't happen, but he's not been a guy with huge splits in his career.
No.
I
No, he
don't
hasn't.
you're not gonna take Collins out probably because well, you might take him out on the road. For whatever reason, he can't hit on the road.
No, he
You're not
can't.
gonna take Jack out for him again, except against lefties. You're not gonna take Isbell out for him because holy cow, we do not need Starling Marte in center field.
Nope.
But a little DH action, I think could
Might
be an
not be
okay
bad.
thing to do. I also I don't know if he could play first. Has he ever played first in his career? Feels
No,
like a
I
guy who
don't
should have
believe
learned to
so.
play first by now.
I mean,
Um,
maybe.
if you wanna
I'm double
do
checking though.
if you wanna do a little Salvi at first and Marte DHing, I guess,
Good.
though Salvi's looked awful at first this year.
Yes, he has.
We
Yes, he has.
talked we
Yep.
talked in the last couple of years about how Salvi he's never played first base. We've talked in past years how Salvi almost looked like a better defensive first baseman than catcher. That has not been the case this year. Of course, I've talked about how much I loved Vinny's defense at first last year and in the World Baseball Classic, and he looks bad over there. The last couple of weeks, the lack of hitting might be getting to him a little bit, I think.
Might be.
But
Might
yeah,
be.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
so it's right now, Vinny is a perfect 0 outs above average, which you know what? Average
I'll
is
take it.
okay. Yeah, like that's kinda where I'm at as well. He's had some impressive scoops over there, I will say, but he's also had some frustrating moments over there to balance that out. Hey, we're just gonna keep rolling here, Jeremy. Um,
Do we not
more
do ad
so than
breaks anymore?
I'll fit them in. I'll fit them in where they need to
All
be at.
right.
Listen, we got this momentum, and I want to keep rolling
All right.
because rather than just looking at this Cardinal series overall, I think there's going to be one storyline that dominates it, and it's the fact that the seventh overall pick in the 2024 MLB
Oh, I
draft,
didn't wanna do
JJ
that.
Weatherholt, is now doing well for the St. Louis Cardinals and is an integral part of that lineup. Meanwhile, the guy picked one pick before him, Jack Caglione, is doing better than his rookie year, but still has room for improvement. Just off I heard your reaction a little bit, but can you expound upon why that might be a foolhardy storyline to focus on?
Um, I mean, I don't think anything you said is wrong. The reason I have a problem with it is that I wanted Weatherholt. I said draft Weatherholt, and then they drafted Jack, and I was like, this is a bad move. And then, I jumped on board the Jack wagon. Let me be clear, I'm still on the Jack wagon. Okay. I did find an artist to commission some Jack wagon art from, so hopefully that is going to
Ooh,
happen in the near future. I'm very excited about it. Um, uh, somebody, a fellow Royals fan on social media bumped into, saw they did art, and I'm like, "Wait, you can do this for me, please help."
hell
So
yeah.
we're working on that. But yeah, I just pulled up a comparison for Weatherholt and Jack. They both play. Jack's played 40 games. Weatherholt's played 43. I guess he did break. I keep getting Weatherholt and Bazzana confused. Weatherholt did
Gotcha.
camp with the Cardinals. I mean, right off the bat, I think the thing that's going to stand out the most is 8 home runs for Weatherholt, 4 for Jack. Weatherholt is he's a good hitter and he's got power, but Jack is supposed to have otherworldly power. And he's got half the home runs. That's problematic.
It is. It really is, man.
Weatherholt it's only a slightly better batting average, but a much better OBP. He's got nearly half the strikeouts. His ISO is higher than Jack's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
And
makes
that's not
me
even
that
that's not
makes
even talking
me
about the base running or
yeah.
the glove.
Yeah, that makes me almost wanna fall off the jack wagon right now. Like, not like I wanna jump off, but, like, I'm getting punched in the face by JJ Weatherholt, and I'm gonna fall off. Uh, I believe in Jack. I
I
believe
do
it's
as
gonna
well.
happen. He was tattooing the ball the other day. He hit 2 line drives at over 110 or something stupid like that that turned into outs. It just wasn't I think that was Sunday? Um,
Might have been. Might have been. I can't remember what day.
I
But
don't either.
I think this is I think this is another valid point for fans to be frustrated with. I really, really do. Especially, the
And it's
Royals
not
player
hindsight.
development. No, no, no. The Royals scouting and draft process hasn't done itself any favors from a public perception case, especially when it comes to first round picks. So I'm just saying that if you see a flood, if JJ Weatherholt does a bunch of great things and Jack Caglione does some okay things, just don't be surprised to see that thread gain
Why
some
are you trying
traction.
to hurt me, Jacob?
I'm not trying to hurt you, Jeremy. Reality is trying to hurt you. Okay.
That's not better.
Okay, well, maybe here's something better. New addition to the Royals 40-man roster this offseason. Steven Zobach got his first rehab assignment, or made his first rehab appearance, excuse me, down in the Arizona Complex League. Pitched a scoreless singular inning with 2
What's his injury
strikeouts.
again?
I'm blanking on what the injury was. Let me pull that up. But well, hold on. You go ahead and pull that up, and I'll talk about him a little bit. He made that appearance back on May 12th, and again, it's the Arizona Complex League. Like, these are kids, we're still very green usually, with the occasional rehabbing star, but overall, a good return back to professional action for him. Jeremy, you got that? You got that injury?
Undisclosed.
Undisclosed. All right. Well, that's just like player to be named later or cash considerations. You never know. But we'll see how he comes along across the rest of the season. And also, the Royals had a few notable promotions to different levels. I'm primarily looking at Blake Walters, a second rounder from 2023 who made the jump from Columbia to Quad Cities. Listen to this line for his high A debut, Jeremy. So, started the game, pitched 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. That's pretty good, right? But 4 unearned runs in that same
Yeah.
span. Yeah, was not a banner day for the guys behind him, for the River Bandits there, unfortunately. But congratulations on the promotion there, I will say. And then let's see here. There was another guy. There was another guy who made that. Oh, Brett Squires. I'm gonna kind of do the breath on my fingernails and rub it off on my chest here. I literally had an article Tuesday morning saying, "Hey, this guy's ready for the jump. He's ready to go from Double A to Triple A, and here's why." Tuesday afternoon, they announced that he's been promoted.
I don't know, man. He's got a negative 19 WRC plus in AAA. I think they
Oh
got to
my
redemote him.
gosh! Oh
That's in
my
3 whole
goodness!
games, Jacob.
Boo! Don't be a Debbie Downer. Jeez Louise. Can't have anything nice. I think his first AAA hit was a home run.
Why is
if I
Carson
remember right.
Rockefort still in AA?
I don't know. I really don't know. Yep, Brett Squires' first AAA hit yesterday was a home run to left field. But yeah, Carson Rockefort right now leading the organization in home runs. He absolutely should be up in AAA. I'm at the point right now where if the Royals don't have a plan for him to get everyday action, I would rather him stay in AA. I'd rather him stay fresh and ready
Yes.
to go there.
He can't possibly compete with Cam Meisner, John Rave, and Drew Waters.
Hey, listen, can we keep the Cameron Meisner slander down a little
Cam's
bit?
been good. Cam has been good.
An 894 OPS.
I don't hate that. I've heard some people say they would like to see Collins demoted and give Cam a shot. I don't hate it. I like Cam Meisner a lot. I really liked it when the Royals acquired him. He's got a lot of talent. He's not been able to put it together, but sometimes guys, when they get a change of scenery, put it together. Randall Grichuk has turned into freaking right-handed Babe Ruth when he went to Chicago. Who would have seen that coming? But it's John. I like John Rave a lot, but you can let Carson play over John. You could certainly let Carson play over Drew Waters. I don't mind you bringing Drew Waters back into the organization, but if he's getting at bats that could be better served given to an actual prospect, then what are we doing?
Drew Waters, meanwhile, having a 901 OPS.
Yeah, I saw
Omaha.
someone saying, "Why is Drew Waters still in Omaha? Call him back up." And I'm like, we've done this so many times with Drew Waters.
I can't stand this song and dance. always gets my hopes up and then dashes them right away. I'm curious what his advanced stats look like. Hold on 1 second. Because yeah, the Royals took him off the 40 man and it was time. But golly, man, he is lighting up exit velocity, and that is not something he has ever done in at the AAA level right now. His max exit velocity is 97th percentile amongst AAA batters, 114 miles per
Can
hour.
he play second base? Can he pitch? Because right now, what the
Maybe
Royals really need is a starting pitcher.
we saw how well it went with Nate Eaton. Maybe we just need to give one of these guys a shot. Maybe John
I
Rave.
still think Nate Eaton as a relief pitcher slash pinch runner slash utility player is an untapped resource in
I,
baseball.
I, I saw him pitch when he was here in Virginia. He wasn't bad.
Yeah, I saw him pitch for the Royals. He wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
What was it like him and Nick Prado who had like just great relief outings for the
I don't
Royals?
remember.
Something
I
like that.
just know Nate was like hitting 95, striking guys out. And I'm like, let the guy pitch. What is it? What do you have to lose? You can have an extra pitcher. We were talking about there's a thing where the front offices are saying, let us have more pitchers on a roster. Then let guys be position players and pitchers. Then you can have
Yeah,
them all. You can count them as a position player on your roster.
exactly. So hey, here you want to know the red flag with Drew Waters? I got the stats to load.
Let me guess. Whiff rate.
Yeah, the whiff rate isn't good. 28.8%. That's 42nd percentile. But the worst one, chase rate,
That was my
37.6%.
second guess.
Yep, should have gone with that one. Yep, this is he is swinging a lot of pitches in the zone, not making a whole lot of contact with pitches
Bat
in
to
the zone.
ball has always been Drew Waters' problem. When he makes contact, he's always been a good hitter. He just doesn't make a lot of contact.
True, true. All right, well, Jeremy, what a week of Royals baseball, man. It has been something else, something else. Oh, hey, another couple of prospects I want to shout out for their promotions. A second rounder, I think it was from last year, Justin Lamkin got the bump from high A to double A. He has been doing a lot of great things.
Woo!
So already seeing him in double A is good.
He's a guy I
And
really like.
yeah, and that
And
was,
now I can pay attention to him and his 6.75 ERA. Oh
oh,
no!
stop, Jeremy. Stop it.
He's made a whole
One
start.
and it's not as good.
He
And
did
then
strike out
Coleman,
11.81 per nine in 5 and a
yeah,
third.
yeah.
So that's not that's 7 strikeouts, I think.
He has immaculate
Yep.
control.
It's a
That is what's really
5.06
getting them
walks per
by.
nine. Yeah, I believe it.
He does. He does. He does. All right. He nibbles a lot. He
What's
would have been a
interesting to me,
guy.
okay, this is interesting. Fangraphs rates his command as a 35 with a future grade 60.
I don't get that.
They don't think he has command now, but they think he will have very good command someday.
I think he has very good command right now. I think that's a present tool. I think that's
Well, last
that's
year he
something
did have
that
a 3.49 walks per nine in high A, which is not it's neither good nor bad. It's kind of middling. I don't know. I still believe in Justin Lamkin a little bit. I think there's
as you
some
should.
juice there.
And then last one, Coleman Picard got the call to go up to high A Quad
Captain?
Cities. No, you nerd. God. All right, Jeremy. Anything else on the Royals front to talk about, man?
Have we seen what's his face pitch again? Churio.
Let's see here. Let me take a gander. I'm pretty sure that Kendry had another start
I'm
there.
sorry, Coleman Picard is 24 in high A. I'm not. There's nothing there. You should go back to the Vineyards or Starfleet or whatever.
Ha. Very funny. I'm pretty sure, wasn't he an undrafted free agent? I think he was. No, they drafted him the 6th round back in 2023 out of Bryant College.
Yeah, we did get another start from Churio. 4 innings,
Yep, here.
3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 home run, 3 hits.
I'll take it.
All right, let's go.
He's still on a pretty tight leash. It looks like. I'm pulling up the log here to see how many pitches he actually threw, because that was something that we were watching last go around. Yep, 57 pitches, 42 of them for strikes.
I mean,
Golly.
57 pitches, 42 strikes in 4 innings? Yes, please.
Yeah, that's pretty dang efficient, I will
Did
say.
you know he was in Fangraphs top 100?
Yep. Yeah.
I thought he was
Josh
just
Hammond is
outside everyone's top 100.
no, he was in Fangraphs, and speaking of top
And then
100s,
Shields is outside their top 100, isn't he?
yes, if I recall
Yeah,
correctly.
he's a not applicable in their overall rankings.
Yeah. And as I
Maybe
was saying go ahead.
Churio's got a future value 50. He's only got a future value 40 plus. I think they're underselling David a little bit.
Yeah, I think they are as well.
His 2.93 ERA in high A is a 19-year-old.
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
In the average age in high A, that's 22. Isn't that right? 21,
So,
22.
yeah, I think it's closer to 22.
2.93 ERA for a 19-year-old.
Pretty dang good. And
Now,
like at that point,
I
you're
don't pay
primarily
attention to
facing
double
off
A unless
against.
you're 19 in high A. If you're a teenager in A ball, I'll pay attention.
There you go. Hey, speaking of top 100 lists, MLB Pipeline had a bunch of graduates, so they updated their top 100. Joining the top 100 from the Royals organization is Josh Hammond. The infielder is doing a
Tearing
lot
things
of really
up,
good things.
baby.
Yep, 862 OPS. He's got 2 home runs, 8 stolen bases, walking plenty, striking out about once per game, but that's A-okay. Right now, that gives the Royals 3 prospects in the top 100, led by Blake Mitchell at 55, and then Kendry Chorio at 79. Josh Hammond coming in at 96, just eking in there.
A
Anything that,
teenager in A ball.
meanwhile, we gotta start talking about Sean Gamble here in a little bit. The
Do
Columbia
we have to?
Fireflies.
I think we can just let him go. Just let him do his thing, man.
It has not been a banner start for Gamble, at
Hey,
least I will
it's a
say.
positive WRC plus. It's a 4.
He's on the right side of 0, but
He
when
hit a home
average is
run.
100.
He hit more home runs than either of us in professional baseball, both of us put together.
Absolutely. He's also struck out a lot more times in professional baseball than either one of us put together. Huh?
Yeah.
It has not been a great start for the Iowa native, but I don't know. I'm not raising the red flag yet. I'm not saying punt him into space, but
Let's he again, teenager in A ball. When a teenager in A ball does good, we talk about how awesome that is. When a teenager in A ball does bad, we say, well, hopefully it'll get better.
yeah, exactly. All right, Jeremy, you got
What's
some
Lombardi
reviews.
doing
Lombardi?
while we're just randomly naming
There's
prospects?
there's a lot of prospects going on right now. So Lombardi's still down there in low A Columbia, 3.16 ERA, but get this, 47 strikeouts in 25 and 2/3 innings.
Yeah,
That's
that
an
was what that
insane
sound
rate.
was.
Yeah, as it should be, as it should
He
be.
has only started 3 of his 7 appearances. That's interesting.
Yep, that he
I
has,
thought
but he's
they drafted
gone.
him so high because they were hoping he'd be a starter.
Well, so here's the thing. Still very inexperienced as a pitcher.
Okay.
Right? He was used as a starter and a closer at Tulane, found better success as a closer. So I think right now the Royals did the same thing with Zobak when he was down in Columbia. Started him
Okay.
more out of the bullpen, stretched him out into a starter. He's been pitching kind of starter or tweener innings, I would say. He's not getting a bunch of single inning outings. He's got what, one, two, he's got 4 outings of 4 innings or more. Like I think that's right where he needs to be. And what, his last start or his last outing, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 8 strikeouts to 3 walks. That will absolutely play.
Austin Charles still kicking butt in high A.
Yeah, that he is.
He should
Austin
probably get
Charles,
his promotion before too long.
maybe. I'm a little.
He's repeating the level. If he wasn't repeating the level, I'd say give him a little bit longer. He's repeating the level. I want him in double A.
Fair enough. And also a guy who kind of fell off last year once he made the jump to high A in that catcher pipeline the Royals have. Ramon Ramirez has really turned things around for the River Bandits this season, an 899 OPS on the season with 6 home runs. He is getting a lot of extra base hits. He's got 13 of his 36 hits have been for extra bases. He is doing really good things for them. A lot more room to grow behind the plate, but at the plate, he is looking more like his former self, the guy that launched into the Royals' top 10 prospects a couple of years ago.
Blake Mitchell, still 3 true outcomes guy.
Golly, man, that is whew. You see the buck 96 average, and it's like, oh my gosh, I could.
And then
That
you
is
see the
not good.
878 OPS
Yeah, because he's got a 433 on base percentage.
and a 250 ISO.
Yeah, he is. It is fun to watch. It's not a good box score to look at. He is showing more of that athleticism with the power that we saw back in 24, really. He's got 7 home runs with 7 stolen bases already this season. But, I mean, the 45 strikeouts in 31 games, meanwhile, 38 walks in 31 games. Like, he is, unfortunately, he's looking more like that Eric Pena type prospect with each passing
Oh,
series. It's a little
no. Quick,
scary.
trade him, quick,
That might be the time.
quick.
All right. All right, Jeremy, let's get off this prospect train. Come on now.
No more
Let's
prospects?
no more
But the
prospects.
prospects are shiny. This is what we're supposed to do when the Royals suck.
We're supposed to look down at the prospects.
Are you telling me the Royals might not suck? They might just be playing bad right now?
No, I'm not saying
Oh, no.
that.
I
I
almost
usually
closed
don't
out of the recording tab. That would've sucked.
that would have unequivocally sucked. But overall, there's still a lot of season ahead. I am hoping that the Royals do turn things around. Otherwise, around late June, this might turn into a prospect heavy.
You'll have to find a new partner because I still won't know anything.
Well, I'll get you
You'll
learnt.
be
I'll
like,
get you learnt.
"Picard," and I'll be like, "Beam me up," and I'll be like and you'll be like, "No, stop it."
No, no, Jeremy, no. I did see Lux called me out on the off-season
Yeah.
episode idea, so
That
we would
might be an in-season idea.
yeah, it might at this rate. Overall, Royals ain't first in the American League. They ain't last in the American League. Still a lot of season left to go. We know what they need to do to turn it around. They need better starting pitching performances. Now they go on the road against the St. Louis Cardinals. They get a chance to prove, hey, we can have better starting pitching performances. Let's hope we see it sooner rather than later, Jeremy.
Yeah.
So,
I
all right.
believe, Jacob. I still believe. The hitting
And
slump, I wasn't sure that the hitting slump would end. It did. The pitching slump, it will end. The question is,
hopefully it will.
will the bullpen and hitting slump start again when the starting
Correct.
that's the question.
Yes, exactly. That's the primary concern.
I need more than a week and a half of everybody working together.
Mm-hmm. I do
I
as
would
well.
like the rest of the season for that, please.
Please and thank you. So, all right. Jeremy, you got a quick review for us?
Oh, do I? I don't think I do. I have not
Okay,
done
that's fine.
anything this week.
Well, I got
Go
I
and I'll
got a
see if I can
dumb
think of something.
okay. I got a dumb one primarily because if I ain't like working on stuff around the house, I'm watching, reading, or researching baseball. And one of those tools when you see guys pull out numbers like in the last X amount of games, this team has done this, that, or the other thing. They're probably using StatHead Baseball. If you are like really deep in the weeds on what a historical performance has been or what a team is doing in a certain split, Stathead Baseball is the place to go and find that out. Like for example, if you follow us on social media, one of the bigger tweets from us the past couple of days has been, okay, the Royals, they had a really slow start through 43 games, and only once before has a team salvaged such a start with a winning season, and that was back in 1984. So I could run the numbers again to see how it is, but I'm sure those odds are looking worse and worse with each passing loss. But overall, StatHead is a good thing to look at the numbers if you
Why
want
don't
to
you
see
go run the
overall league
numbers and see if
things.
the American League has ever looked this mediocre before this late
All
in the
right,
season.
I will go and do that while you do a review, Jeremy. How's that sound?
All right, I'm gonna throw an oldie at you. Starstruck.
Okay.
It's a web novel series, but how I know it is there's a D20 season based on the web novels. Or not web novels, excuse me, graphic novels. That's the word I'm looking for, the graphic novels. So they are created by Elaine Lee and someone else. I don't remember who the other. I think she's the writer and the other person's the animator. And Elaine Lee is Brennan Lee Mulligan's mother. So
Really?
he licensed, had got dropout to license the Starstruck uh, uh, stuff IP from his mom, and they did a whole campaign of Dimension 20 set in the Starstruck universe. They did not use Dungeons and Dragons rule set for that. They used the Star Wars rule set. I don't remember what it's called, which is based on Dungeons and Dragons, but has like force powers and stuff. It
Okay.
was a hoot and a half. I loved it so much. I'm a huge fantasy nerd, but I grew up on science fiction. Like, there was a time when I wouldn't read fantasy or watch fantasy. I was all sci-fi all the time. And then I did bump into The Hobbit, and then I did watch the Lord of the Rings movies, and then I discovered, fantasy actually is pretty cool too. To have a sci-fi Dungeons and Dragons thing that's not cyberpunk, because I don't like cyberpunk stuff all that much, like the genre, not specific cyberpunk. I find it kind of a bummer. And the funny thing about Starstruck is it is kind of cyberpunky, but it's also ridiculous. Um, the the protagonists are all on a hot dog shaped freighter that they call, what do they call it? It's some kind of hot dog pun, and it's so good. Um, it's so good.
Okay.
I loved it so much. Go watch Dimension 20. Go watch Starstruck,
Well,
please.
Sadhead won't give me a league by league breakdown. It's my
So
team by
you're
team.
saying there's a chance?
No, actually, sorry to burst your bubble there, Jeremy. I'm not saying that. I don't know what else to tell you, bud. I really don't. Here, let's hold on. Let's look at
There's
this.
a
So wild
chance.
card. Oh,
There's
there's
always a
not a chance.
chance. Where there's hope, there's a way. Never give up. Never
Never
surrender.
surrender. All right, folks.
You
Well,
have to
that's
say
gonna do
that
it.
with the klepto whatever they are,
Oh, yeah.
Kleptonians
I,
accent.
I I don't know. I don't know what that accent is really called, but I just know it sounds funny. All right, so hold on here. So right now in the wild card era, of all the teams who have made the postseason, what'd you say?
They're the Thermians. You have to say it with a Thermian
Thermians.
accent.
Okay. Through 46 games, only two 19-win teams have made the postseason. The 2022 Seattle Mariners and the 1995 New York Yankees.
Okay, Jacob, I have one more question for you. Can you look up for me, how many
Yes.
teams have lost over 100 games, and then the next season they went to the playoffs? How many teams have done that?
Ooh,
Real quick.
actually, one
One team did that. Which team was that again, Jacob?
was the 2024 Kansas City Royals.
Oh, weird. So what you're saying, Jacob, what I'm hearing you say to me right now is that a thing can happen that has never happened before.
Can. Should we count
And that
on it
this
though?
particular thing has happened before twice.
Yes, it has. You got me there, Buster. You got me there. All
I
right.
will never give up on using technicalities to make myself seem reasonable, because that's definitely what I sound like, right? I sound extremely reasonable right now.
Very, very sound of mine, Jeremy. Very
I
sound of
am
mine.
I am I'm very demure, very reasonable.
Yes, very much so.
That's how you know that meme died a death long ago,
Long ago.
because
Long
now
ago.
I can use it.
Oh my goodness. All right, folks, we are off the rails here on the Royals Rundown podcast. Let's go ahead and bring this ship into port. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure you go check out royalsreview.com or subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening at to stay up to date on all things Kansas City Royals. They are Jeremy Greco. I am Jacob Milham. Thank you so much for joining us today. And until next time, go Royals.
Sal's swinging at every single pitch.
Doo-dah, doo-dah.
No, it's the Star Trekin theme.
Oh, dang it. I need to go watch Star Trek, apparently.
It's
Maybe that's why I
the
screwed
Star
it up.
Trek parody song, Star Trekkin'.
Star Trekkin'. Never heard of it.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.